Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. I'm really
Thank you
very
for us.
excited to talk to you, and I have a lot of questions. So, actually, like my first question is, you are a very bright band visually,
Yeah,
and
very
yeah,
green, I would say.
and my question is, how did you come up with the concept for your band? And it's like one of the first questions that is related to your visual style. Just explain to me how.
Well, actually, when I came to the band, the concept was already there. I would say it was Big Daddy's idea, which is the bass player and also the producer, the composer, and I mean it's the leader of the band. And they at the beginning wanted to have not just a band, but some kind of theatrical concept where the show was the main part of the activity, and then shooting video, having comics. I mean, it was like a 360, some kind of expression.
Mhm.
And when I entered the band, I mean, I work in the movie industry and I'm a set designer, costume designer. So it was like a paradise to me because I was able to express myself. So it was just a marriage, you know. It started because I wanted also to express myself, and I took this concept about the being aliens, and I really used this thing to express all my ideas about cyberpunk, steampunk at the beginning, and modern futuristic. I mean, it's pure expression because we also did a comic, and we tried to write the story, and now we are starting with social media, with Twitch. It's very, very complete, I would say. And
Actually, Twitch was one of my questions because I saw that you are active there, and I also did Twitch, I guess, in winter, but I just understood that it's not like my type because like I'm more about Patreon and all the things. And my question is, how often do you do something on Twitch with your band? What exactly you're doing there? What is the response? Maybe what are your plans with all this stuff?
well, that's a good question because we just started with Twitch and we are still evaluating the situation. I mean, we opened the channel 1 month ago,
Hmm.
and we picked Twitch because our target, our fan base, it's mainly made of nerds and gamers and stuff. We've been also playing at some Comic Cons, so our music it's always well received to that kind of people. So we tried with Twitch because it also has this section about musicians, not
Hmm.
only gamers, and we thought it was a good start because we had in mind to start with YouTube and sharing everything that's behind Sick and Beautiful. But even if we are good at post production, we thought that it was some kind of a baptism going live because I mean we are here, we have this timing, and we gotta make a show in this 2 hour, and we have to make it. I mean, there is no try, you know.
Hmm.
Mm, it's going well. I mean, it's going better than we thought, and we already had 1,000 of, I mean, see, yes, 1,000 of followers, and that's pretty good because even before the first stream, we were already of a great point. I mean, we were achieving,
Hmm.
and I think we got a great format because we are trying to um, see what see how we record the music, and since we have to do that because it's our normal activity, you know, as a band,
Hmm.
we turned on cameras, and we did that wearing our alien suits. It's challenging because it's I mean it's hard to get dressed every time and
Yes.
stuff, having body painting and wearing latex costumes while recording, but
Mm-hmm.
it's also a very important part of what we do, so we cannot leave it out. And for now, it's going great, and we are planning to continue. But we are also wondering if we should move this thing maybe in another social media, maybe on Facebook or YouTube, because we saw that a lot of people are scared by Twitch because they don't know how it works. Actually, it's not so easy. It wasn't easy even for me to
Absolutely not.
begin. And
No.
it's so based on gamers and all their activity when they play games. So it's a little bit tough to explain that to the fans that, of course, are following you on social media. You should be teaching them how to use Twitch. So I don't know if that is going to be forever, but maybe we will move the format somewhere else for now.
I
But I mean,
see.
I'm happy about that because we were also wondering about Patreon, and at the beginning, I was afraid because I thought I'm not able to be on time every week with that.
Mm-hmm.
And now I know that it's not true. I mean, right now we are doing Twitch once a week, and it's okay. It's doable. I don't know, it's the right word.
Yeah,
We can,
yeah.
we can make it. So I think we could make also a Patreon right now.
You know what I can say, just because I did both Patreon and Twitch. And I remember I was so much interested in Twitch because for me, it was an absolutely different world. And I'm not from the gaming community, but I have a lot of friends who are gamers. And I really respect this community. I think that it's super great, super responsive. But I mean, I was very much acquainted with YouTube back then. I also had Patreon, and Twitch has, it's so different
Yes,
from all the
it's
social
great.
media. And I remember even trying to understand where all the buttons are, what is OBS, what is everything. Oh my God, it's so, and I mean, it's always, what is hard about Twitch is that you are actually live there always.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
good.
mean, keeping up with all the comments, with all the responses, it's really not that easy, because
No,
like with Patreon, I have time to prepare everything, to polish everything, to think through. Then people are posting some comments and I can, I take time to reply. And with Twitch is, it's really more
for rough.
complicated.
Even because
Yes.
you cannot
Yes.
direct, don't you can't do any post production.
Yes, yeah, but at the same
As
time,
if
like I think that for you guys, like your audience is really on Twitch, and you can grow so much more by being there. Just because like your appearance, like your visual style is perfect for Twitch. It's like, you
we
know.
But I mean, we are also struggling with getting known from people that still don't know us, because a lot of the people that are following right now are the fans of Sick and Beautiful, the people that already knew us, that came on Twitch because they were following us. But we met very few people coming from Twitch itself. And we are still trying to understand how to reach a bigger audience. And I mean, I'm still learning Twitch itself. They got even custom emotes, and I was like, oh my god, what's that? A lot of work to make it very customized and all in theme. But I guess it's that makes the difference between one channel and another. I mean,
Absolutely.
you have to make your world perfect in every detail.
Yeah. That is true. I remember that. But actually, what helped me with Twitch, because I was doing actually also pretty well. I just understood that I cannot do both. Running a band, having a Patreon where I'm posting every week, and also doing Twitch. It's like it was too much,
The
and
challenge.
it was a very tough decision to drop it. But I remember that one of our fans is actually a gamer, and he is from France, and he has 40,000 followers on Twitch.
Well,
And one time I was just, sitting and playing my guitar, and he was streaming my Twitch to his Twitch.
you. All
And
right.
at some points, like, everyone was rushing like to my channel and commenting. I couldn't keep up because they were like scrolling and all these things. Yes, it was total madness. And what I recommend, like from my perspective, maybe you just do some collabs on Twitch and, stream each other's channels, because all this cross promotion, it helps a lot. I don't know. Yeah. So just maybe, yeah, just try. Maybe there are also some fans of yours who can just stream everything you do, like on their Twitch profiles and all the things. But yeah, Twitch is something. Maybe someday I'll get back to that. And like one more thing, also my fans, not all of them, they were ready to go on Twitch and register there. So what I did, like after the live stream was over, I exported it as a video and I uploaded everything to the YouTube channel. So
I mean, so erased until between week, it's going to erase itself. So
yes, and I mean that also helps you, to have your views on YouTube raised as well. So maybe you can think of it, and it doesn't take much of your time. You're not creating something new. You're just, taking what you're already done. Like the only difference is that you cannot interact with people on YouTube like after that. But I mean, maybe can be a start.
So you're also sharing what you do on Patreon later on other social media, or you keep things, secret for your patrons when you create contents?
It's like usually I'd say 80% of everything that I create is exclusive on Patreon, but it's like it's only my view of things, because I'm just putting myself in the shoes of my patrons. And if I would subscribe to something, I would love to have something exclusive. And usually, like, there are things that I post publicly then, but my patrons always have early access to everything, and maybe they have some additional stuff. And usually I just ask them if I want to post something publicly, but they always reply, of course you can do everything you want. But I mean,
I think it's very fair. I mean, I as a Patreon, I would like to have this, but I was wondering, because we are still in the phase we have to get more audience. So I thought, if I do all this work for just few people, how do I create more content to reach more people, new people? And I was a little bit uncertain about that, but maybe we should try anyway. I mean, we could always share things later on, and I don't know, maybe we could got a following even by Patreon itself. They are
normally, like, people are following you on Patreon, but normally they cannot find you, on Patreon. So it doesn't work like Twitch or YouTube, because YouTube is really a search engine. That's why anyone can find you there just by keywords or something like, or just by YouTube recommendations. And with Patreon, actually, this is something that I really hope that Patreon changes, because this platform is quite new and they are developing all the time. They are introducing new stuff and new functions like every month. And I'm so hoping that they will enable like this cool recommendations and search thing, because otherwise, like, only your followers are going to find you, and
maybe people that are patrons of an artist could enjoy another artist. It's because they're similar, or they got something in common. I mean,
yes, but that's why I just they don't have this recommendation feature, and I hope that they will do it at some point. So we'll see. But like I said, like, I thought that for me, both Twitch and Patreon would be too much. And that's why I just thought it would be better to dig in one direction. Like now I'm also doing like this YouTube channel, so we'll see how it's going to work.
Well, for now, I guess I would say it's awesome. I mean, I've been watching your videos because they are very, very interesting. And I'm very happy that someone, for the first time, I would say it's the first time, does the questions I would like to ask to other artists. I mean, never found those kind of interviews. So
Yeah, I know. And I'm always asking people these questions. Like whenever on backstage on tours, I'm always like, can you tell me like your experience with certain things? And I wish that when we started, someone replied to me about it because we did
yeah,
so many mistakes just
it's not
because.
easy to get helped in the music business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So, getting back like to your visuals, I watched a lot of your videos and they are awesome
Thanks.
because maybe because you also work like in this industry.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you like some advice on shooting music videos for people like, for example, we as a band, we manage everything on our own. We have like, we finally found our directors and like the team, but at the same time, like, how do you start searching what is better to shoot as a music video? Like maybe speak out on this music video theme.
Well, I have to say, I started doing music video with Sick and Beautiful because we had the necessity, we had
Mm-hmm.
the need to make music video. But of course, I had some kind of studies before that because, as I said, I work in the movie industry. And right now, we just founded our studio, and this one you see is the control room of our movie studio. We shoot the video even here inside of here, and so we are shooting videos for other bands. And what can I do to the bands that are starting to shoot a video is to not be afraid of the camera. I mean, the thing I see the most is musicians that are afraid of playing well the song, and they are never aware, even if you tell this, they're never aware that the audio is going to be put in post-production, is the song you
Mm-hmm.
gave to the director. So they're never giving out everything to the camera, so the video is always low key somehow,
Mm-hmm.
because you never have this actor mood or this energy on camera. It's very rare. So I would say to musician, always give out all your energy and feel cool, be cool. And we started, I mean, hiring a camera operator and then doing the editing by yourselves. I know that you do editing because you do that for YouTube. So you would be able even to mount your own videos. And you have to choose the right location. You have to put a lot of smoke. Smoke machine are the best tool you can have when you shoot a video,
Yes.
because lights is the main fuel for the cameras, because their sensor are very different from the human eye, and they need a lot more lights than what you would think they need.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, the fog makes the light be more volumetric. I mean, when you put a light in a fog, you would see the light ray, and that is so cool. It would that would save a music video just with the lights and a dark
Mm-hmm.
one light and the smoke. It's already a music video. So that are the first thing I would say, and then you go to build your own location when you don't have the one you like.
Ah, yes.
My goodness.
Oh yeah, I'm actually one of the plans for this YouTube channel. I'm also going to do a video like on music video production, but I'm not a professional. I'm the person who gathers all the professionals, and I'm really good at it
That's
because
profession.
yeah, but I mean, it's very hard because I remember when we were shooting our first video and we even didn't have directors, we only had cameramen and there was no plot, so we were just playing and the orchestra was playing. My main mistake was that like I was the main character, like I'm a singer And I remember that I didn't hire or ask someone to help me like at the shooting process. So I remember that a girl was putting like my false lashes, and I was running to, you know, to someone and to tell someone what to do. So it was like it was a pure nightmare, just because I didn't have a person who was managing the shooting process at this day.
Yeah, of course.
It was, and that's why
You
whenever,
know,
you
we
know, yeah, yeah.
we did on our one of our last Twitch streamed, we streamed the shooting of the video, and so people had a chance to see how we made it. And actually, I was holding the camera when where the band was playing, and the band was holding the camera when I was singing. So we made the separated shot. For all the band members, and we were changing at the camera, and that's so crazy and so stressful. I mean,
Yes,
our
yes.
first video clip, we were so nervous because we were so overwhelmed with things to do. But right now, we learned how to be more peaceful.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And you know, like you said, that musicians are very, you know, nervous on camera, and it's really like we call it the fear of the red button, and it actually it works not only for the videos but for music as well. Because
Yeah,
if you enter the studio for the first time, and like your sound
have
producer
that.
hits record, you know, everything is frozen, your hands are frozen, your voice is shaking. And it's like, I mean, I guess that it comes only with the experience. Like the more
Yeah,
you're
it-
shooting, when it becomes a routine for you, it's really so much easier, like
yeah,
for
it is.
everyone.
Everything comes with calm and concentration and the right mood. Because if the people on set or in the studio are good with themselves, everything goes far better.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And also like one of the directors, one of the fellow directors, she said to me, one of the most important things on set is catering. If you don't have like catering and you're shooting for 12 hours or something like that, your actors will be dead,
Yeah,
everyone will
and
be
true. Even.
nervous and angry, and you know, so
Well,
um
you have great music videos,
Uh,
anyway.
that's because I was, you know, I agree about one of the latest videos, because we're gradually coming to the point that we love our videos, because with our first videos, we cannot watch them at all because they are, I
And
see all the mistakes we did, like everything. It's, oh my God. But
yeah,
your videos are really great. I enjoy all the details, all the costumes. And I guess that like the thing that we're struggling with, we cannot find like the costume designer for our band, because
it's
usually I know what I want, but it's hard for me to put everything together, like all the concepts. And you know, I have a Pinterest board where I gather like all the things that I would like to have, but it's so hard to find someone. So it's really great that you are the mastermind for all
good.
this
And it's hard
concept.
because you have to deal with their band members' personal desires, but you also need to think about the concept and the equilibrium on everything, because you have the one that is more extreme, and you get the
Hmm.
female. We got Evie, that is a beautiful drummer with this
Hmm.
um, long green hair and green
Yeah, yeah,
skin.
yeah.
We're very extreme, but we also have to somehow find an equilibrium,
Balance.
because
Hmm.
we don't want to do too much. I mean, we are already too much.
No,
It's
it
hard.
actually doesn't look too much. And that's why what I fear most is that, you know, sometimes bands, they're trying to do something, you know, very bright and extreme, but they don't have like the quality of their costumes, and it looks like a circus, just because they you know, they're close to something cool, but it's not enough. It's like as if they have a masquerade at their school, and
Yeah, it's
that is
playing. the real
Yeah,
character.
that is what I fear most, and that's why sometimes I try to be less extreme, just because like we feel more confident in that way. But I would love to make like more theatrical stuff. But I am going to do it only when I have like the proper costume designer, the proper
Mhm.
quality of costumes, and also, you also have to know that your band members, they feel confident in that, because not everyone is ready, to be rock stars and all the
It takes
things.
a lot of commitment. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I actually wanted to ask, like, if all of you, like all the band members, are you comfortable in what you're wearing on stage? So,
no, we're never comfortable. I mean, we are working on it, and show after show, tour after tour, we're always fixing things, trying to make them better because we want to be spectacular, but we also want to be able to play.
yes.
And I'm always, to me, in my personal experience, I'm always struggling because I have to wear my in-ear monitor first. Then I
Mm.
got the headset mic, the cables inside of the dress. Then I wear the dress. Then I have the cage. Then I have the hat, the other dress over the dress I already have. So when something is going wrong, when you can touch your body pack, when you can fix what you're wearing during the show, it's very challenging. We are working on it, but it's very difficult to be spectacular and being also comfortable.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why, I mean, how long does it take you to, prepare for stage with all the makeup, with all the
I would
costumes?
say 2 hours. Yes.
Okay. Like, based on we don't have like a huge touring experience, but I
Neither.
already had, like, sometimes I had to do the makeup in the moving van, and it's like when you're trying to make a wing and it's like shaking and everything. So I mean, I think that having 2 hours is a very luxury thing to have.
I was like changing inside of the venue room with someone holding a fabric, fabric, yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
covering me to from the people that was already waiting for the show, and because you never find a venue that has the changing room, the dressing room,
Mm.
and sometimes you have to go with that with everything you find,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
because after the show we need a shower because we are all painted, and sometimes it's not possible. We did 20 days on a camper with no bathroom, but of course no shower because that was fucking crazy. It also um, stopped us from touring more because we cannot do a show whenever we find. Um,
Mm.
I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but
I
uh,
understand. Yeah.
we
Well,
cannot
like,
play everywhere.
I
That's
understand. Like for us, we played both like big venues and small venues, like because we were part of the bigger lineup and smaller lineup, and there were also times like when there was no backstage for all the bands or something like that, but like we always had to adapt. For us, like the most important thing is that all the musicians fit on stage, because like we are 5 people, and like two people in our band are huge guys. That's why sometimes I cannot play a show when the guitar is in my ear or something like that. So, I mean, I don't know, but I also wanted to ask you. I think you said you played at something related, like a bigger event with comic something. And so it was. I mean, it was not a concert. It was something else. I mean, it was a part of a larger event.
uh, that is a Comic Con, so they have the stands with all the merchandise about everything, movie, Comic Con, comics,
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they also got this huge stage, and they make this festival with artists that are related to the movie world or comic world and everything. And we was very lucky to be there. and we didn't have even an album to sell.
Mm-hmm.
This came as a surprise to us because we know a guy that knew a guy, and we've been cold, and we were like, really, you want us? It was just at the beginning, I was with the band just by 1 year, I guess, but it was amazing, and we still find people 5 years from then that know us from that event. And you were playing at Luca Comics. I was like, yes. We try to be back, but of course they don't want the same bill every year.
I see. But maybe you could try. I mean, a lot of countries, they have something related to Comic Con, so maybe you could do something.
We are working on trying to get that kind of audience, but we always had a lot of problems with I would say bookings and management. We never had the right person to do that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I really hope that we are now okay. We got someone right now that is helping us, and that is
mm-hmm. But I mean, it's very, what I love about your band, that you have like everything is under one concept. And I mean, if you gain, for example, audience on Twitch, it's going to be probably like a huge part of this audience is going to be at Comic Con. That's why it's like everything is so interrelated. And I mean, that's why I really think you guys are going to have success. Just be consistent with everything, and move in one direction, because it's going to be really cool. I will be following you. Apart from the visual style, how is your, like, how do you create your music? Who is writing? Like, how is the recording process made and everything, like the musical part?
Where the songs are written by the bass player, which is called Big Daddy, and he's also the producer, and he does everything in the studio. So we had the luck to be always in our studio. We never paid someone to record, and that was also a problem because we always take more time to be perfectionist, so it never ends sometimes. And so he has to put a stop somewhere. No, that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead. And is the writer, and he got the ideas, and then we maybe change something. We put ourselves in the songs, and but it happens that when we play the song on tour, that we really learn to play the song, because we just got the song and go to the studio and record, and we start the show that we are still learning the song.
But do you rehearse like with the guys?
Yes, we rehearse, but once we go live, we cannot really understand how the shows is going to be going, because playing the songs while doing the show, it's a lot different for us, because we have all these special effects. So right now we are saving money to buy a big mirror, because we want to rehearse on costumes and effects, because it's very, very different not having free hands when you doing something. If you have to hold a gun or the fire, it's distracting.
Yeah, I can understand. But it's really cool that you guys are able to do it, because like with our band, we really learn on tour, and I guess that we just learned to play together when we were touring, because when we are at the rehearsal space, we just cannot, play in front of each other. Even though we have a mirror, a big mirror, we cannot do it. Like, we don't
sing on the instrument, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, we're just playing for fun, but it's not like preparing for the show. And I don't know when we're going to have it. It's like, doesn't work for us. So it's really good if you can, then it's cool.
We are also working on trying the words. The speech. Because I'm a shy person and I'm not very comfortable with English.
So I need to learn what I have to do. I have to say.
But your
I'm
English is really good. I mean,
not that good. Not good as I would like you. But thanks.
so as far as I understood, you don't have a label, or you have like your own label, because I didn't really understand. Like, I read your biography, but it's very hard, to understand how it works for you.
We always said that our album was released by Rosary Lane Records. That was our label, but it wasn't a real label. We just auto-produced the two albums we did, and we are still evaluating for the next album what we want to do, because our story, it's a little bit long about that. We've been in touch with a major for about
Mm-hmm.
more than a year, and they kept us, they stopped us from doing anything because they said, oh, the contract is arriving, we are waiting for you, you're going to be used, and all this beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
We was so excited, and we were waiting for them to tell us what we should do, and they said, oh, stop for now, you will be back next year with everything ready, we would care about you. And this didn't happen. So we are so afraid right now giving out our music to someone. I mean, not just for the music, just to be able to be a band, because we love,
Mm-hmm.
can't live without doing this. And being I mean, stopped by someone who does not care for real about you, very it's very dangerous to us. We've been
Yeah.
so sad about that.
I understand, but maybe another major label comes for you guys, and you have like another experience, because like we are an unsigned band as well, and this is something that always stops me as well from, making a contract with a label, just because I'm very much into management and marketing and promoting the band and like controlling everything. And I just cannot imagine like people telling me what to do. I can like hear people telling me, but only again if, for example, people who are great in video production and they are telling me what to do, and they are experts in like in this area, then of course like I will be all ears and everything. But like, if people are telling me when to produce something, it's like, ah, come on.
No, because it's also, you never know if they're saying that because they want you to teach you something, or because they need to tell that in that moment, because they got other plans, they are moving their budgets, their investments to other direction, which is okay. But I mean, it's a business, of course.
Mm-hmm.
My life, it's in the hands of people that are treating me like a normal work, so I gotta be careful somehow.
I'm having conversations with people who are already signed, like the bands who are unsigned, and it's always like, I don't know, like year by year, people are less and less willing to be signed. Maybe like only for promotion and for, getting a bigger audience. But again, not all the bands that are getting signed, they get this audience.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So I really don't know.
You have to be lucky that the label that picks you also also decide to invest on you, because
Yeah.
it's not the same being signed that being in the core of the business.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe to wrap up this interview, can you tell me like what are you working at the moment? And I mean, we are in the middle of the pandemic and everything, and I know that Italy was one of it was one of the hardest situations over there. So,
Well, we right now we are trying to be back on our legs, and we are starting to write the third album. We was so depressed in the pandemic to be very be very productive.
mm-hmm,
So we did things very slowly. Uh, it was hard here because really we couldn't even go out to buy the food somehow. So, and right now we are meeting each other finally, and we are back to producing music, and we got these huge things coming in October, and we really hope that this gives a shake to our social media, because we've been so silent and that was not so good. So right now we need to wake everyone up.
Yeah, that is true. You cannot afford to keep, to keep yourself silent. That is always that I say, like, to everybody. It's not.
It's the most important thing right now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's sad, but it's more important than music nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, that is true.